Okay, everyone back. Okay, we continue from here. The Pali word, kamana sate biba jati yadidam inya hinapati taya. This Pali statement, you find in this Buddhist scripture, especially in Anguttara Nikaya AN 3.61 and many other texts. Here, Karman means action. Here it means on the ethical sense, the karma created in the ethical sense. Sate, beings or living creatures. Bihajati, divides or classify or distinguish. Yadidam, that is to say or namely. Hinapatnitaya, into inferior or superior, that means divided into high or low. And then the full translation said, is karma divides being into inferior and superior kind. Okay, this is the Pali phrase you can find in this Anguttara Nikaya. So what's the philosophical meaning of this? So this teaching emphasizes that the quality of a being existent, so-called their status. I mean, whether you are born in a poor or rich family, your happiness, suffering, and even rebirth is determined by their own karma, intentional action, not by birth, caste, or fate. Because during that time, Brahmanism, or what I call modern day Hinduism, they say this is an act of God. Why you are born in this kind of state is an act of God. So nothing to be worried or nothing to be so-called fight against, because it's a way of life. So you have to live it until end of life. But in Buddhism, karma as a great equalizer. Unlike the caste system or social hierarchies, especially in the old India, Buddhism teaches that moral conduct, not birth, determines one or truth worth. So Buddha very emphasized on this virtues, virtue conduct or your morality. Okay, it determines you, even though you are born in the low caste, especially Buddhism, they accept you from low caste. They never say you cannot come out from a society. So a poor but virtuous person is superior to a wealthy but cruel one. So this is how Buddha compare. Rebirth and moral responsibility. In this Cūḻa-kammavibhaṅga sutta, explain how specific action lead to a specific rebirth. Example, if your kindness will lead you to beauty, when you are to be a beautiful woman in your next life. And why these are all beautiful women, all the Miss World, all that kind, because in the past they do plenty of good kind action. Anger lead to ugliness, and some face I can tell it is so horrible. So that's why in the society, you can see all these kind because of the past karma. So this phrase reinforces that karma sorts beings into higher, lower realms, whether you are born in devas or human, animal, or health. So there must be a reason. You will go to higher realm or lower realm, whether you are devas, human, so on, so on. So all these are also part of karma. the playground of karma. So you can't escape. So when you perform all this, you will determine your next rebirth. And next thing, Buddha also rejection of determinism. Determinism, Hokkien is 注定. Okay? So Buddhism denies that fate or gods control destiny. Instead, beings sort themselves through their choices. Okay? So even Buddha already said it's nothing to do with fate or nothing to do with God. So it's the human by their own choice. Right? Nothing to do with the rest. Human own choice, determine yourself. In the Dutta Sutta, describe how beings are classified by their deeds. You got time, go and read this. These beings are classified according to their deeds done. Next one, empowerment through ethics. Since karma is malleable, I mean can be banned or changed, even a low being can become superior through virtuous action. So in India, many of the low castes they are getting out from this caste system. If they go and follow the Hindu way, they can never come out of society. So there's a famous one, doctor something, I can't remember his name. His father is a policeman, and the policeman hate this life. So he sent his son for further education. He passed through all the degree until he reached the doctorate. So upon reaching there, he embraced Buddhism, and he came out from the low caste society, the low caste, and wouldn't want to be one. That's why in India, many low castes are now giving up the kind of mentality of this so-called Hinduism, which forced them to be the lowest in the society. No way, if they don't make a change themselves, they're forever down there, life after life. Okay, so it's better to have a wisdom. So most of them are converting themselves to be Christianity or Buddhism. Now that guy is a supporter of Buddhism, and he's with the help of Sri Lanka monk, he tried to revive the state of Buddhism back in this India. Very sad. India, the one that started Buddhism, and now you need external help for them to revive. Dhammapada verse 165 state, by oneself alone is evil done. By oneself is one purified. So the good you want to do, evil you want to choose, it's up to you. Buddha never force you on. It's yourself. Whichever path you choose. So you answer for whatever you are responsible. So in modern application, what I call social justice, it rejects discrimination, caste, racism, etc. by affirming moral action, not birth define worth. So this so-called social injustice is happening in India. But until today, from Buddha time until now, still no change, because the Hindu been practicing this. In Singapore, you can see very clearly. You go to business park, the Changi business park in Singapore, you can see the white kind, the Indian, they sit one side. The black kind sit another side, because they are the way they talk, the way they behave. They know each other very well. So I don't know about Malaysia, but in Singapore, Changi Business Park, you can see them very well. Self-improvement. It encourages cultivation of virtues, generosity, patience, wisdom to ascend karmically. So basically, karma is a tool for your cultivation of good conduct of yourself. Okay, all the things you can perform yourself, all the best thing you can do about yourself by cultivating this karma as a tool to help you do all the good. Compassion. Understanding the inferior beings are victims of their own karma, foster empathy, not contempt. So compassion as a Buddhist, at all times, when it arises, you need to show yourself out. Even other people wouldn't do this. With a Buddhist compassion, first thing must arise from you. So in the Sutta reference, Angu Nikaya 3.61, Buddha said, Kama sate vihajati yadidam hina pati panitaya. Is karma that divides being into low and high state. He then give example. If you are kind of violent people, you will be born in hell. A kind person is born in heaven. An enlightened one will transcend all classification. I mean, one like Buddha will out of 31 realms. So this teaching is a radical assertion of moral autonomy. We are not bound by external labor, by our own action. By mastering karma, we can shape our destiny. I mean, karma is belong to yourself. Whichever path you want to take is yourself. Nobody can force you on. So as a Buddhist, when you learn karma, always have this thing. Karma is a thing beside us. So at all time, better do good rather than commit any wrong. So Buddhists should refrain from doing any bad and stop any bad from arising and try to eradicate all the bad one. Okay? And then he say further, a person who destroys life and bears violent disposition towards living being when born among mankind will be short life. That's why when I see, especially even young, before 9 months become a mature baby, some because of the past, especially those women who feel they're responsible for the baby and why the baby was aborted or whatever reason, unable to mature in a 9 months period or what you call whatever is not that this life is unable to attain the 9 month period because of the previous life. Then whatever state you have no chance to come out to be a mature baby. So you won't live past the 9 months. Okay? Especially those aborted one or miscarriage or whatever. All these are the act of karma. So when you do this consulting job or those advise people who undergo this kind of trauma, the advise them it's not their responsibility, it's the baby responsible for themselves because all these are cause of short life. So a person who avoids harming living beings bear a merciful disposition if born among mankind will be long life. So when you are a person who harm people, that's why you can live until 99 if you are a lucky one. A person who harms others with fist, cutter, etc., with weapon, when born among mankind, will suffer from various diseases. So when you like to fight or use weapon to harm people, then your next life you're born with many sickness. All the sickness you can name it will happen to you. So a person who avoids harming others when born among mankind will enjoy good health. So you are having good health, then it's a blessing. So if a person is wrathful and turbulent, irritated by trivial words such person, when born among mankind, will bear an unpleasant appearance. So those people having unpleasant appearance in the previous life, they have all this kind of wrathful, anger, and then very turbulent and violent kind. Then your face will tell you what kind of person you are. So if a person is not wrathful, or what I call anger and turbulent, not violent, and not irritated even by a torrent or abuse. When such person is born among mankind, become a physical charm. Those are especially born with Mr. Those championship one, physical shape one, all these are or Miss whoever, all the world beauties or whoever, all these are because of their past. So if a person is jealous, such person whom born among mankind will be powerless. If you are jealous kind of person, your next life you will be a powerless person. I mean, you won't have any power over others. So if a person is not jealous, such a person when born in mankind will be powerful. That means somebody. If a person is parsimonious and greedy, when such person born among mankind will be poor. Okay? You are kind of stingy one, then be prepared to be born in a poor family. So if a person is charitable, when such person is born among mankind will be rich. That's why those people who are born in noble family is a blessing. But many of them don't know how to use the blessing. Anyhow, waste their life. Then next life suffer. If a person is haughty, does not honor those who are worthy of honor, when such person is born among mankind, will be of low birth. I mean, low in the society. Okay? So if a person is not haughty and honors those who are worthy of honor, such person is born among mankind will be a high birth. Be born in a higher kind of noble family. So if a person does not seek advice from the wise regarding what is right and wrong, and makes no effort to lead an ethical life, he is as a result, if non-inquiring mind, then amongst mankind will be dull-witted and ignorant. I mean, person who does not seek help, especially to wise people when they keep making mistake and never change, then their next life will be a dull-witted and ignorant. But if a person seek advice from the learned and follow such advice, he account of his inquiring mind when born among mankind will be intelligent. Good example, the Hong Kong millionaire Li Jiacheng, his old chauffeur. So he was driving this chauffeur for this rich man for many years. And during the trip to here and there, he learned from the Li Jiacheng how he invests. So listening to this Li Jiacheng kind of advice, he also copy his idea and buy some investment. So when come upon the retirement, this Li Jiacheng want to give him money. But this particular chauffeur said, boss, I got enough for my next life. I mean the retirement life. So I don't need any money from you because I learned the good thing from you. And then as a result of my investment, I have a worthy kind of return. So when you summarize the whole sutta, this shows a current of variation of personal characteristic, or what I call Cūḻa-kammavibhaṅga of human beings, birth which are not adequately explained by science. Okay? Science can do analysis, statistic, but it can't explain why got defects, especially those people born with two-rooted. They will have one faculty not working properly. I am not working. So that's why science cannot explain. They keep on blaming of a lot of things, but no clear explanation. But in Buddhist, they have explanation that's beyond science. We call it the mind of science. Genetics and heredity would certainly play a role in the configuration of nucleus of fetus. Okay, in Abhidhamma, as we know, when a baby is inside the fetus, first, when this karma imported from this whoever coming into these photos are already forming the what called the rupa side, and whether how the person is good or a very outstanding person or defective person or whatever, these are things which science until today they cannot explain. Okay, so Buddhists able to, but we cannot measure because science need anything instrument to measure. So without measure, they refuted all these so-called said only. Okay, all words. And it's a karmic energy that activates the potential germinal compound into full development. Remember the rupa formation, especially a baby. With all these karma things coming in, how the baby develop into three-rooted or two-rooted, that is all this karmic thing, phenomena is changing the status of the baby. So karma, accordingly, is an indispensable ingredient in the conceptive process of a being, especially baby. A very clear explanation of in Abhidhamma talking about how the formation of a baby in the fetus till the 9 months period. So this phenomena is a maturation of karma at conception, what I call Patisandhi-vipaka. Remember your Abhidhamma? If you learned last year, you should very well about this Patisandhi one. So you can read the supplements of the sutta which I giving you later for more explanation. This is a rundown of the whole Vibhaṅga Sutta. So that's the end of this sutta and tutorial for you all to do. How many person here? Brother Ko, Sister Teo around? Hello? Sister Teo around?
Yeah, she's in.
How
Dor,
about Sister
also.
Pek Ling?
Yeah, in also. All
She
in
around?
Four of us in.
All in
Good.
Okay, good.
And
So
then
you
we
can
have
distribute
Brother Wong and Doris.
evenly. Doris. Okay, Brother Ko do number 2. What was Buddha explanation of diversity of inborn characteristic of individuals?
Okay.
Sister Pek Ling. Question 3. I said monks is karma. Explain the statement of the Buddha. Okay?
Okay.
Sister Teo.
Number 4.
Write account of the Buddhist law of karma.
Huh?
Write a brief account of the Buddhist law of karma.
Hello, karma, which question?
Number 1.
Oh, number 1. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Sister Sumeta. Specify the 6 aspects of karma mentioned in the Cūḻa-kammavibhaṅga sutta, number 4.
Okay.
How about the Sister Doris? You want to do or not?
Yeah.
Sister Doris?
Yeah, what is it?
Number 5. Are you comfortable with? Is karma the only factor that produces an effect? If not, what are the other factors? Niyama.
Okay, I try.
This is the talking about the karma. Got 5 of them. Beside the karma, there are the 4.
Okay. Okay, I try.
Okay. So all equally distributed. So this is your homework for next session.